Hello everyone, it is Hackers Forever. Tonight we're going to be doing part 2 of our review of Mcafee Internet Security. Um, Basically, tonight we're going to be doing the removal and 0-day portion of the test. So we'll do the following, or the following. I can't talk tonight. We'll do the general layout of our usual typical review layout. We'll scan the folder for malware, see how many things it removes from the folder, and we'll determine its detection ratio from that particular test, and we will determine how good it is at blocking against 0-day malware. So let's go ahead and create our text document here on the desktop, and let's get the file count for this folder. So we have 577 files. 577 files. Okay. Remember to do that this time. I forgot it last couple times. By the way, I'm also not joined by anyone tonight. Reagan actually did. Apparently, he fell asleep when I was doing part 1 of this video, and I took some time away from my computer and just kind of like relaxed for a little bit because I had a bit of a long day today. But yeah. Aside from that, anyway, yeah. So we got the 588, wasn't it? Yeah. Or no, 577. Sorry. 577 files in this folder. So let's go ahead and run a right-click scan with Mcafee here. And we will come back when the scan is finished, and we will see what we have. Alright, we're back. So, yeah, basically, Mcafee did actually finally finish scanning. It took a little bit of time. Not too long, though. Its scanning interface, I accidentally closed out of it, but it was okay. The scanner was a little bit interesting in the way it came up. It didn't actually say that there was, like, several threats. It only said that there was a couple potentially unwanted programs. It seemed to emphasize more on the potentially unwanted programs than it did on the actual like legit malware. Anyway, out of 575 or 577, excuse me, I cannot talk tonight. Yeah, so out of 577 files, we had whoops, I meant to close that. We have 56 left, which that leaves us at a 90.29% detection ratio. So that's not too bad. Pretty good for, Mcafee and Intel security now, I guess you could say. So yeah, we'll go ahead and move on into the 0-day portion. I couldn't think of it for the life of me. Okay, so let me go ahead and get kill switch up here, or not kill switch. Man, my brain is just not working today. Okay, excuse me. Process Explorer. Alrighty. So let's see. We've got this folder here. We'll minimize this out of our way. Let's get this over here. Can I have this always on top? Yes, there we go. Always on top. Alright, so let's go ahead and run some of these. We'll run this one, I guess. That one's in memory. And it's run the volume shadow copy service. And where is it? Where'd it go? I think it terminated, but it's still running in the volume shadow copy service. But it also tried to access Outlook, so that's interesting. I got this one here. Let's try this one. That one went right through. So the first one was a miss. On the 0-day portion, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of 0-day protection whatsoever. Okay, apparently the scans are just okay. Hold on, let me make sure this is actually activated because. Why is this off? I turned it back on for. Okay, sure. Let's disregard that first one because actually I may have yeah, I may have actually forgotten to turn the shield back on. Okay, how do I turn this back on here? Where's the? Oh, do I actually have to? Okay, real-time scanning, turn on. There we go. Okay, so we'll disregard that first one. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so let's disregard that first one. Let's see if it actually does anything. Sure, go away. Let me see if this actually is detected. So yeah, that one was detected. Okay, cool. So that one's blocked. Sorry about that little mess up there. I forgot to turn the shield back on, apparently. Okay. So, yeah, so that one was blocked. We'll terminate the shadow copy service just to make sure here if I can. Okay, terminated that one. So yeah, now it should be okay. So we should be alright. Let's try this one again. see if this actually loads at all. Not gonna do anything at all. No? Okay. Let's start this one. Some kind of file manager thing. Okay. That went into memory. That one's in memory right there. Hash submitted, and it just was completely ignored by Mcafee. Okay, so there really isn't any kind of malware protection that I can see here. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm gonna run these as administrator just to make sure they actually can do what they want to do. That one ran a command prompt and then terminated. Okay, so that one was a miss. Run as administrator, that one was blocked. Okay. Let's try running this one, see what it does. That one was blocked. Okay. So let's see, I'll try running this one here. Is it gonna do it in memory? I don't see it. Okay, I think this one might be dead. Or just not properly working correctly. Okay, that one. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I think I actually had this happen before as well with another application. Ooh. Where's the Windows folder here? Hold on a moment. Let me look at the Windows folder and see if that actually. Okay, so it removes the Trojan. But that one had deleted everything out of my folder. Okay, so I'm not sure what does that. Those are interesting. I had actually had one of those in another video I made. I can't remember what particular. I think it was a Norton. In the Norton test, we had an application that did the same thing, where it just deleted every file in the folder with it. That's definitely interesting. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to cut this short because it deleted all my samples. So that's a little bit annoying. I kind of wanted to run a few more of those, but all right. Well, I don't know, Mcafee. What to say about Mcafee? Well, Mcafee. Well, being a paid application, it's an option. It's definitely a good option. However, I'd recommend, if you're going to use Mcafee, I'd recommend using it with another application, such as like Komodo Firewall or Sandboxy or something, to help just mitigate the risk that you're going to receive from, just because I'm fairly certain that Mcafee entirely depends on signatures and its web protection. I don't see any form of hips in this application, and they really need that nowadays, because as you just saw, that the application was able to run and deleted the entire folder of malware, so really kind of makes it difficult for me to really continue the test, because I mean, I can go through and re-extract the malware, but that's going to take some time, and I don't really have. I'm on a limited amount of time for this particular video, so yeah. Unfortunately, I won't be able to re-extract the malware and try some more samples, and then in the case that I run something else and it just deletes it, it's going to cause a headache. So, yeah, honestly, Mcafee should have stopped that, to be honest. If it's, an application that's going to run and delete all the files, I mean, it should be able to sandbox it and, be able to prevent it from doing that, there should be something in the way of hips. Maybe behavioral analysis, see what it's accessing, what it wants to do. So yeah, and they also need to rethink their interface. I don't particularly like their interface, so I wouldn't really recommend using this application because of its complexity of its interface. I mean, it's very sophisticated and it's just clunky and hard to navigate. Like to get to this, you have to click navigation, and then you can do some of the stuff here. But from this little manage security screen, you can do very little. You can schedule scans. Ooh, yeah, this. Just make the interface simple. Give me the option to select. I want to be able to do a scan. I click a button and I do a scan, or give me a button and then because I have to go here and I have to go check for updates, and it's very clunky. It could be very easily optimized. They could have a button on the sidebar here. The interface looks like it's half cut off in this particular point here. It doesn't go with a look of the like Metro for Windows 10. It kind of like clashes a little bit with that. You start off on this particular screen where they like have you to try to send you more links or a link to get another sample or another copy of Mcafee for your another device like a Macintosh or something. It's like, I mean, Mcafee just they should focus instead of trying to sell like to get more products or more security things onto other other devices. They should focus more on this device, this application that you're using right at the moment, not rather than trying to get it onto as many devices as possible and then have this annoying interface that's poorly designed. I've also had some issues in the past. I don't know if this is still true, but I've also had some issues in the past removing Mcafee. So it has some tendencies with because I believe it has a self-defense module. It has some tendency to be unable to. It has a bad tendency of being able to not being able to be removed because of its permissions it sets for its self-defense. But if you, I could also say though, or hold on, let me gather my thoughts here for a second. So my final judgment, my final thoughts on Mcafee. It's a good application. It could use some improvement. I wouldn't recommend it exactly in its current state because it is still a little sophisticated. There are definitely cheaper options out there that do a lot better and have more features such as Komodo or Avast. And I think Mcafee should start moving toward more of a behavioral analysis based and sandbox based, as well as their signatures. Their signatures are great. I have to give them on that. Their signatures are fantastic. That's good. 90% detection ratio. That's solid. That's fantastic. I'm happy with that. They just need to add a secondary line of defense that actually is not just entirely based around web protection and then link like the URL protection, and then they have the executable prevention or like the signature checking. That's basically all they have. They have nothing else to protect you in the way of for the security application. I mean, it's not really a full internet security suite. Sure, you get the web protection and the scanner, and stuff, but that's it. You mean that's you could get that in a lot of free applications too. So. Yeah, as I said, just I wouldn't recommend it in its current state. Maybe see if it develops a little bit more and Intel works it out a little bit better and makes Mcafee a little bit better. But in its current state, I don't recommend it. But it does have a good detection ratio, so you can use it if you insist on using it. If you like Mcafee, or if you already have it installed on your computer and you have a free trial, you could stick with it. I do recommend installing Komodo Firewall along with it, or some other form of application for sandboxing, or a host intrusion prevention system, just for that extra added security that you get with it. Smart Screen Filter and Windows might also help as well. So yeah, just. For the average consumer, it's a good antivirus. It'll protect you. It'll do good. But if you're a type of user that has kids, you might want to consider something else. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. That's my review of Mcafee, Internet Security. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'd like to once again thank you all for subscribing. We've reached 100 subscribers, and that's great. I'm really happy about that. That's a really great milestone. We're starting to build up the channel, and it's going to be great. I've got plenty of content in mind for the future. We're going to work hard, and I'm going to keep pushing out more content. So I hope you guys really enjoy this content. I hope if you have any comments or any kind of feedback, you can send me a PM on Twitter. You can send me a PM on YouTube, or leave a comment down below. If you like this content, go ahead, leave a like. That always helps out. It tells me that you like this content. You want me to keep making it. If you don't like this content, then leave a dislike. That's fine too. The feedback is good. We get the feedback, and we help better the content, So, yeah, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.